is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime, and we are here to watch a press conference regarding Hannah Kobayashi, who's been missing since it was reported November 11th of 2024. However, if you watched my YouTube short that I made for you today, the last sighting was actually November 12th. That was the update at a Greyhound bus station. And so then by tracking which buses, would be leaving around that time. I think it was around 6:30 in the morning on November 12th. Yeah, they were able to then track Hannah further, and the police believe that she is in Mexico. They say there's no evidence of foul play, and they're going to give us an update. So, hello everyone. I hope everything... Can you hear me now? Because earlier in our stream, the sound was going in and out. I don't know what YouTube is up to. Thank you for being here. Please like and share so others can also find us, right? And yes, for those of you asking, it looks like I'm staying up all night. It's 2:30 in the morning for me. So I'm happy to be here with you, though. Let's quickly have a look at this one. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at all these. There's so many articles here. Okay, Hannah Kobayashi missed her Los Angeles flight intentionally, police say. Family claims evidence shows otherwise. I don't know what all is going on in this case. It's so hectic, right? Like, the aunt, too. We've seen so much... It's like not part of the Facebook group anymore. And Hannah's sister and mother are saying not to listen to other family members. And I'm like, whoa, this is very hectic, right? Oh my word. So, okay, Hannah, there's just a lot going on here. The private investigator who's not working the case, but he is a private investigator and he was out there also searching, said that, like, he implied that Hannah might be married to someone from Argentina. So I was wondering if she's going to go to South America, and she's already heading southward, right? Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with YouTube. Is doing a few things. It is doing a few things. I could see it. My word. So, wait, I need to monitor this. Oh, no, man, we need to go to it now. Wait.
Extensive witness interviews, reviewed video surveillance, and collaborated with local and federal...
Why do they do that? Why can't we go backwards? Stand by, please. I just want to see if I can go back a few seconds. None of them are wanting me to.
To date, the investigation has not uncovered any evidence that Kobayashi is being trapped...
What a weird live feed. Okay, sorry, I'm going to keep playing it.
...from modern connectivity. Our priority is ensuring Ms. Kobayashi's safety and well-being, and we urge Ms. Kobayashi to contact her family, law enforcement, or personnel at the U.S. Embassy to let us know that she is safe. She has a right to her privacy, and we respect her choices, but we also understand that the concern her loved ones feel for her. A simple message could reassure those who care about her. While the LAPD investigation will not continue into Mexico, if anyone has credible information about Hannah's whereabouts, please contact local law enforcement. If Kobayashi returns to the United States, law enforcement will be notified. The missing person case will remain active in the missing and unidentified persons system until her safety is confirmed by law enforcement. Anyone with additional information regarding this case may contact the Los Angeles Police Department at 877-LAPD 24/7 or 877-527-3247. Anonymous tips can also be submitted to Los Angeles Regional Crime Stoppers at www.lacrimestoppers.org. Let me open it up now if you have any questions. If I cannot answer them.
I'm going to pause it because we missed the beginning sentence there, so I want to make sure. Thank you, MB Inc., for all the links that you've sent me. I really appreciate it. Let's just see where they started here.
Good afternoon, and thank you for being here today with us. I'm joined here today by Assistant Chief Chow, Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton, and Lieutenant Oldfield from our Missing Persons Unit. I wanted to provide you an update on the ongoing search for 30-year-old Hannah Kobayashi, who was reported missing last month. As the family is aware, late yesterday, after traveling to the U.S.-Mexico border, we reviewed video surveillance from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which clearly shows Kobayashi crossing the United States border on foot into Mexico. She was alone with her luggage and appeared unharmed. At this time, Kobayashi's case has been classified as a voluntary missing person. I know over the last few days there have been several questions raised surrounding her flight to New York. Our investigation, corroborated by video evidence, clearly shows Hannah at LAX appearing unharmed after arriving from Maui on November 8th of this year. For unknown reasons, she decided not to board her pre-scheduled flight to New York that same day. From November 8th to 11th, video footage and still imagery showed Hannah at various locations around Los Angeles. This information was subsequently verified by LAPD detectives. While she did check her bag through to New York, she requested her bag be sent to her at LAX, where we have surveillance footage of her retrieving it from the baggage carousel on November 11th. LAPD Missing Persons Unit has conducted extensive witness interviews, reviewed video surveillance, and collaborated with local and federal law enforcement agencies on this case. To date, the investigation has not uncovered any evidence that Kobayashi is being trafficked or is the victim of foul play. She is also not a suspect in any criminal activity. Additionally, the investigators noted that before departing Maui, Kobayashi expressed the desire to step away from modern connectivity. Our priority is ensuring Ms. Kobayashi's safety and well-being, and we urge Ms. Kobayashi to contact her family, law enforcement, or personnel at the U.S. Embassy to let us know that she is safe. She has a right to her privacy, and we respect her choices, but we also understand that the concern her loved ones feel for her. A simple message could reassure those who care about her. While the LAPD investigation will not continue into Mexico, if anyone has credible information about Hannah's whereabouts, please contact local law enforcement. If Kobayashi returns to the United States, law enforcement will be notified. The missing person case will remain active in the missing and unidentified persons system until her safety is confirmed by law enforcement. Anyone with additional information regarding this case may contact the Los Angeles Police Department at 877-LAPD 24/7 or 877-527-3247. Anonymous tips can also be submitted to Los Angeles Regional Crime Stoppers at www.lacrimestoppers.org. Let me open it up now if you have any questions. If I cannot answer them, if the detail is such, I will refer it to one of my partners here.
Chief, safe to say that no crime has been committed then? No evidence of that?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Safe to say that no crime has been committed? There is no evidence of it?
At this point, we have not been able to determine any crime has been committed.
Chief, given that there's no reason then for any law enforcement agency to detain or arrest her at all at this point.
That's correct.
Is there any indication from her family that there were arguments, disagreements, problems prior to her leaving Hawaii and during a period of a month where she's been sort of seen, not seen?
Yeah, I mean, it's no indication that there would be anything to cause this to happen in this fashion, for her to go off. But like any family situation, you know, who knows what the dynamics are.
How did you learn that she had a desire to disconnect from modern technology? How did you learn that piece of information?
Yeah, let me address that to Lieutenant Oldfield, if you would, Doug.
I'll see your first and last name, please.
Douglas Oldfield, Douglas, last name Oldfield, Oldfield. I'm the officer in charge of the Special Enforcement Section out of Detective Support and Vice Division, which handles the missing person unit.
Good question.
Right. So for the question of whether she wanted to disconnect, by looking at her past social media, we then saw indications that there were some desires or posts that would be consistent in somebody who would have the desire to disconnect from their phone. I think it's not something that that I have available right now. It's just that was part of the investigation. Are we 100% right on that? We can't say, right? We just know that she did not have her phone after she left LAX, right, around 1800 to 1900. We know she doesn't have her phone on her. For what reason? We can't say for sure.
How did she get from LA to the U.S. Mexico border? Do you have any idea?
Yes. So she traveled through the MTA. She then made it to Union Station. At Union Station, she used her passport and cash to purchase a ticket to get to the border, and she then crossed the border.
Have you seen the video of the border? How would you kind
Yes.
of describe or characterize how she appeared to be?
She appeared fine. She was with nobody else. I have nothing additional, but I have observed the video, yes.
I spoke with Hannah's sister earlier today, and she says the family disagrees with law enforcement's assessment. What do you say to them?
Well, fantastic. Thank you.
Alan Hamilton, I'm the chief of detectives for the LAPD. We understand that there are concerns on behalf of family and friends. We've been very transparent with the family to this point. We have had daily communication and contact with family members, and we've given all the information that we can provide in terms of what our investigation has entailed, what the efforts have been on behalf of the LAPD and other partner law enforcement agencies. We've put a lot of resources into this investigation. So just to be clear to the public, the LAPD has taken this report seriously from the moment that we received it, and we have expended a lot of resources to include a trip this past weekend to the U.S.-Mexico border to collaborate with our partners there. So this is an investigation where we've done a lot of things face-to-face with our partners, and we've done we've gone to extraordinary measures in terms of our technological investigations in this case. We've really left no stone unturned, and it's led us to this conclusion and the information that the chief is providing today.
Alan, I don't know whether you or the lieutenant wants to run, but is there anything in the information you've gained from previous messages, things like that, which mention a name of a person, a group, or something that might want to assist her in disconnecting from society? Is this an individual desire, or has she expressed some kind of a knowledge or an awareness of a certain type of pattern of social organization she might want to join somewhere in Mexico?
Generalized individual desire, we have no information that she's working with anyone else.
You guys have had a couple of these cases recently, unfortunately, where women have decided to just, make a change or disappear on their own. Just any words you would say to someone thinking about this, or just encourage them, I guess? You guys take all these cases so seriously. It requires a lot of manpower.
Tremendous amount of manpower, yeah.
Figure them out.
Yeah, a lot of personnel involved in any major investigation like this, and in order to try and protect those that are in many cases very vulnerable. My ask would be to anybody considering doing this, think about the people that you're leaving behind, your loved ones who are going to be worried sick about you, the number of people, including law enforcement and other partners who are going to be looking for you, which then potentially takes them away from other work that is also critically important. So there's a lot other than somebody just deciding that they want to leave and disconnect. Consider those that are behind you and those that will be impacted by your actions.
Obviously, your heart goes out to the family. They're worried about their
Absolutely.
daughter. And then, of course, we know that the father is gone as well. So
Right.
this is a family that's faced a lot of tragedy.
Right.
What would you say to them, Chief?
I'm very sorry to the family for all that they've been through throughout this ordeal. We're very sorry for their loss, and I don't know that words can express, the feelings that they're going through during this very difficult time. But there's a lot of people very much in support of what they're going through.
In essence, Chief, this is back on the family at this point. They and the daughter basically have got to settle this between them.
Yeah, I mean, we've basically done everything we can do at this point. She's left the nation, left the country, and in another nation now. So, as I mentioned in the earlier comments, that if she comes back into the U.S., law enforcement will be notified of that, and try and do whatever we can if there's a need to at that time.
Mexican authorities, though, have a certain degree of latitude way beyond what forces here in the United States might have. Have you advised them of the situation, filled them in as much as you can? Might they decide to take action on their own, whatever that might decide to do?
Yeah, I haven't had any interaction. I don't know if, no, nothing, no.
What day did she cross over and roughly what time?
Oh, I can.
Yeah, please.
November 12th at 12:13 p.m. She walked through the tunnel that leads to Mexico.
And in San Diego there? Yeah.
Yeah, she walked through so it's the San Ysidro port of entry, and she walked through the tunnel that leads to Mexico, and that was at 12:13 on the 12th. 12:13 p.m.
What about the text messages that she sent to her family before it went silent that sounded as though she was in distress? Can you speak to her state of mind and what indication that gave to you, if at all?
Yeah, if you would.
So we can't speak to her state of mind. We are aware there have been some communications prior. We are aware of that communication, and we cannot necessarily interpret. I think some of the communication can be interpreted a number of different ways. So at this time, we're not able to interpret those communications without having Hannah present to explain, how she felt when she sent them and what the specific meanings were for those messages.
Let's do one more question. Hannah was seen with an unknown person at Metro Station near Crypto.com Arena.
Yeah.
Any idea who that person was?
So the question was about the individual that she was identified traveling with on the Metro. We have identified that individual. That individual was cooperative in the investigation. That individual cooperated by allowing himself to be interviewed with his attorney present and family members. He gave a full disclosure of the entire sequence of events. We utilized independent investigative techniques to verify his story, and it fully checked out.
What was the relationship? What was the connection?
They met at LAX. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, and that's the end of that press conference. Oh my word. So that is sure. It's what a weird case, right? She walked into Mexico on foot with her luggage on November 12th at 12:13 p.m. Wow. I don't know. I wonder if she's found out about her poor dad, at this point. So it seems someone was also asking, let me quickly get to that question. Why would she waste money for a ticket to New York? It's almost, in my mind, because my mind is just, it goes many places with this case, like, what is happening? It's almost like she tried to make it look like, that somebody's, I don't know, maybe someone did scam her, okay? But the way that she communicated, either it's a mental health crisis, that could be it. There's many options right now. So I'm just sharing my opinion. It just almost seems like she tried to make it look like something to her family while she's actually got other plans. The way they were wording that at the end there, that individual that was with her, I was like, was that the ex-boyfriend? But no, they said somebody she met at LAX. Then again, that could still be the ex-boyfriend. He could have flown back and met her there that day. Who knows? But I think it's another male. It's just, wow. I mean, I'm still worried about her. I hope she's okay. But of course, there's many missing people who need a lot of resources and help, right? I'm not saying she doesn't, but I'm just not sure what's going on. It seems voluntary. A lot of people were saying in chat before, from her social media posts and everything, that she was very upset with the election. Yeah. So we've seen a lot of, there's an uptick a little bit, let's please not get political, but since the election, like I saw a case where a father, he killed his whole family and then himself because of the election. So like some people are like Ellen DeGeneres left the country. Now her house is flooded. She's there in the UK, right? I'm just saying, like some people are doing extreme things based on how they feel about the election a little bit. So I'm just wondering, because she shared quite a lot of those views and things on social media, if that really affected her. She just like, I'm just gonna leave the country somehow, right? Wow, I don't know. It's very sad. Interrogation file says she needs to pay back everything that the government spent on searching for her. It's very, at this point, if she's aware of how many people are searching for her, how much distress she's caused to her family. I mean, her father took his own life, like it really would be important to tell somebody, I'm safe, I'm alive, I'm just not coming back. Just something like that would be great. Ooh, Bean says she's the scammer, because it could be potentially very selfish right now, right? Like, oh my goodness, but I don't know. There's so many unknowns still, right? So I don't even know what to say. I'm a little shocked, especially walking on foot. And she left her phone. They say she doesn't have her phone. So obviously, they didn't say they found her phone, but they say she doesn't have her phone. So that's interesting as well. And sorry, YouTube's doing some funny things. Okay, so refresh if you need to. I can just see YouTube is being a bit weird tonight. November 11th. See, she kept going back to that LAX ticketing agent. And my theory was that her bag went to New York and she kept going back asking for her bag to come back there. Because her bag wouldn't ordinarily come back to a layover spot. But maybe she specifically requested that. So maybe the bag did go to New York because that's what her family said. And maybe her bag came back and that's all she was waiting for. And when she got her bag, literally when she got her bag, she was like, out of there. Got on a Greyhound bus. She used the MTA. She went to Union Station. She used her passport and cash to buy a ticket to go to the border, and she crossed the border on November 12th at 12:13 p.m. So, wow. As Nancy Drew said, maybe the cash funds are being sent to her. I don't know. It's also interesting because her aunt, Lori, has been, kind of like the media face, right? She's dealt with a lot of the media and done all of that. And now she's no longer part of the Facebook group. And Hannah's mom and sister are not happy about it. I don't know what's going on there. So I feel terrible for the family. It's a family in great distress. There's a lot of loss. And I don't know what Hannah's up to, right? But she is 30 years old. And if she wants to leave, she can. It's just, oh dear. Wow. Carrie said she's alone, so she has ample opportunity to get help if she needs it. In my opinion, her family may have wanted more input in her life than she wanted. Someone in family was coercive. You never know. She was also apparently... Are you guys still receiving my feed or what? I hope so, because YouTube is saying you're not. So I hope that you can still see me and hear me. There's rumor out there as well that she had a house for sale in Hawaii. It was like a $2.3 million house or something like that. That was for sale in Hawaii, right? Okay, just hold on one second. I just want to see something. Yeah. So there's theories that her aunt had left to go and live in an RV because her aunt Lori lives in an RV. She travels all around America. That maybe it was her house, but Hannah had allegedly put this on the market. There's theories out there that the private investigator, not working the case, just a private investigator, has said that he thinks that she is legally married to an Argentinian man. So if she heads to Argentina, I won't be shocked. Go look there, right? I don't know. At this point, we just don't know. It's this case will make your head spin, right? Kathleen said, if she's been in Mexico with no phone since 11/12, she may be unaware of the search for her. That's true as well, because really, she was reported missing on November 11th. That's true. Can you imagine if she doesn't know at all, right? Oh my goodness. Reef Shadow 1, is that who said it? Yeah, you said she's got a burner. I mean, you never know as well. Okay. Lydia Investigate said, can the GoFundMe donors get their money back? Sometimes in cases, I know that does happen, but I'm not, we saw Chanel Banks. I didn't cover it. I was following the case quite closely, though, very closely. Chanel Banks is a Gossip Girl star that went missing, and there was also a GoFundMe and everything, and all of that was refunded when they found that she voluntarily wanted to get away from her family. So there was that, and that case was also very fishy. Interrogation file says so fishy. It really is, right? So it really could be, there could be so many reasons. We don't know. We don't know what was happening with the family before. If anything, we don't know Hannah's reasons. I just hope that she'll let someone know that she's safe and that she's leaving on her own because she has a right to. And then everybody can put the resources towards people who need it, right? CPS said, thanks for all the hard work today. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So I will keep you posted. Make sure you check out my YouTube shorts because sometimes when there's updates, especially in this case, I've been updating you quite a bit on YouTube shorts because there's been a lot said, even on, I just want to see if it's still up here. Ooh, yeah, I don't think that post is up there anymore. You can check out my YouTube short. Then you'll see what the family had said earlier, where they just said they are going to delete the Please Help Find Hannah page and all of that. So that was interesting as well. That Mickey said, the fact that law enforcement took this long from the 12th to make this statement convinces me that they truly investigated. She left with her passport. Yeah, they've said from from day one that they thought this was a voluntary, they classed her as a voluntary missing person, you know? Ms. Holmes said, has she been for sure spotted? Well, they say they've got surveillance footage of her crossing over, they said under in a tunnel, right? It was through a tunnel into Mexico. She had her luggage and they said she was barefoot. So that's interesting. Yeah, Mindy, Chanel Maya Banks, that's the one I was just referring to as well. Heidi said she is not responsible for her dad taking his own life. No. Okay, so I just want to see one more thing. Let's just quickly see if there's anything new on X before I go, because in this case, you got to look all the time, right? They're just saying that she left voluntarily. That's what the police are saying. They've had surveillance. They've now tracked her all the way from the Greyhound station onto a bus that she took, and she went to Mexico and she crossed over. They say no evidence of foul play. So that's what we have there. Okay, I don't really know what else to say, because that's pretty much all I can say at this point. I just wanted to finish reading this that we started reading. They said family members of Hannah Kobayashi, a Hawaiian woman who disappeared more than 2 weeks ago, disagree. You know, I feel like it's probably because it's hard for them to process, right? Although we always say trust the family, but I feel like they're struggling, obviously, with this, because they say this is not like her at all. Family members of Hannah Kobayashi, a Hawaiian woman who disappeared more than 2 weeks ago, disagree with a new assertion made by the Los Angeles Police Department in the investigation. The 30-year-old Hawaii resident had planned a vacation to see her aunt in New York City and flew to from Maui to Los Angeles International Airport on November 8th. She was scheduled to take a connecting flight with a 42-minute layover at 11 a.m., but she never got on the flight. Her family is unsure why. Kobayashi's family said that she returned to the airport November 11th, but didn't board a flight despite a detailed itinerary and booked hotel room. She apparently spent thousands of dollars on the hotel room and everything in New York, and she had plans. So it is interesting that she did that. I just wonder if there's footage of her running through the airport. That's what her aunt had said, that she was like running through the airport trying to catch the flight. I don't know if that's accurate or not, right? So the rest of the timeline, I mean, we know. So yeah, there's nothing really new to share here. The newest thing was the press conference. Oh man, thank you so much everyone for being here with me. I will keep you posted. I'm keeping my eye. I'm keeping my eye on the Facebook group, the Rad Movement group as well. Just I'll keep sharing the flyer and just see. But I mean, if she wants to not be found, imagine the other side of the coin. If she willingly wants to not be found, and the whole world is looking for her, that would be quite scary. But then she's got to just call the police and just say, "Hey, I'm fine. Okay, this is my statement. I'm okay. I just don't want to be found." So, thank you, everyone. I will keep you posted, and I'll see you again very soon. Thank you for bearing with me at 3 in the morning. Bye, everyone.